Just as God has used Persia and Iran to bless Israel, as we have right now, there have also been times when Persia has been against Israel. And we'll see that at the end time, specifically in Ezekiel 38, right before the return of Jesus Christ, we see that Persia, or modern day Iran, forms a coalition against Israel. So instead of blessing Israel like Persia did, ancient Iran, called Persia, did in the 600 BC to bless Israel through Cyrus to be able to rebuild the temple and to be able to allow the Israelites to go back to Israel, the Jews to go back to Israel. The cursing now we see comes in Ezekiel 38, and the final war that we see in Ezekiel that preludes the war of Armageddon, that leads into it. And basically, if you look at Ezekiel 38 and verse 5, it leads off with Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, and a larger coalition of countries that come together and go against Israel. Some larger countries and some smaller countries. But the issue is Persia here is attacking. God, knowing when this would occur, still calls Iran Persia at that time so people could understand instead of using the word Iran. So we see in the Bible both blessing from Persia or Iran, and we also see both cursing and evil done. And so it is with different countries. Sometimes God uses the country to bless not only America, but to bless Israel and other God-fearing countries. By and large, of course, in America, we got a lot of problems. There are God-fearers, but there are those who also hate God and are very vehement into Satanism and other things against the things of God. But we also know that God still has blessed America. He has blessed Israel. He's blessed some other nations. And sometimes countries come along and join in to help, and other times those same countries can be used greatly for evil. And I want to remind that to you, the words of Joseph, even with how his brothers treated him, dealing with Israel and the Israelites specifically, God said through Joseph, you meant it for evil, referring to the brothers, but God meant it for good. So what's going on now? People say, well, why is Iran being destroyed so much? Iran's going to bounce back. At some time, whether in our lifetime or later, they're going to bounce back and form a coalition against Israel. Ezekiel 38 has a beautiful explanation of that. And then it also talks about God's judgment and the judgment he's going to bring on Gog, one of the major contributors of pain against Israel, and how God's going to intervene and how he destroys the armies. God bless you. Pastor Greg here. I'll be back with you on more stuff on Iran, modern day Iran, ancient Persia.